All right, 5 games tonight on this June the 16th, and the one number that jumps off the board is also the one that makes the least sense when you actually look at who's pitching tonight. Hey, it's Raineri, WagerTalk.com, and welcome to First 5, where we'll examine 5 games on the slate each and every day from a First 5 perspective. We'll start in Arizona. Of course, we'll head to LA. Then we're going to take a trip to Cincinnati, then the Bronx, and then we're going to end up in Chicago. So we got a lot to get to. Let's do this. We'll start game 1 with the Angels at the Diamondbacks as the D-backs got it done last night 4-3. Late home run gets it for them. But here's what the market is telling you tonight in Arizona with this game. The Angels are minus 125 on the first 5. At least they were at the open. They're the favorites while Reed Detmers is on the mound. But then if you flip and look at the full game line, well, then the Angels are a slight underdog. That tells you everything you need to know about this game. The market trusts Detmers. It doesn't trust what comes after him. And Detmers has earned that trust. Make no mistake about it. His ERA is 4 even, but every number underneath that says he has been better than that. He's been unlucky, not bad. Nearly 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, under 3 walks a game. We're talking real command here. We're also talking real swing and miss stuff. A pitcher the ERA hasn't caught up to just yet, and that's important because on the other side, well, Merrill Kelly's going. Now, listen, Merrill Kelly did go 6 innings against a red-hot Miami lineup last time out, and he held them to just 2 earned. Now, if you saw that game, it looked like a guy who maybe finally turned a corner, but one start doesn't change what he has been all season. He's a guy that can't get anybody to swing and miss. He's getting out an ERA at around 5.46, and the underlying metrics, the contact quality, how hard hitters are actually hitting the ball off of him, none of it is pointing in a better direction than what those numbers indicate. The Miami start, I think, was an exception on a getaway day. I wouldn't point to it as the rule moving forward. But the Angels have been swinging the bats well lately. 5.2 runs a game over the last couple of weeks. O'Hop has been hitting everything hard. Adele has caught fire, and Trout is, well, doing Trout things as you would expect. And Arizona, on the other side, has gone quiet, only averaging about 3 runs a game. Perdomo and Moreno keeping that lineup afloat. Everybody else has not been good, and they have not been good against left-handed pitching either. Now, against a pitcher with Detmer's command and the kind of swing and miss stuff he has, that may not be enough to get it done here. I will have more information on this on my page over at WagerTalk.com. Of course, you can get there quicker with wt.buzz/JR. All right, let's move on to our second game. Tampa Bay at the Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern time. And listen, Rays almost pulled it off last night. Came up a run short. Another late home run is what put the Dodgers over the top. But tonight, the Rays, Drew Rasmussen, who, by the way, struck out 13 against Boston last time out, went 7 innings, 0 earned. And the market, well, they have Tampa opening up this morning at around even money on the first 5. That price just doesn't add up to me. Because now, listen, Boston's lineup at that point had not been crushing the ball. Not that they're crushing it now either, but that's a different story. So I wouldn't build a monument for him off of that one start. But the season numbers back it up regardless. His ERA, 2.71, nearly 9.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, under 2 walks a game all year long, by the way. He is what those numbers say he is, which is why a lot of people I know are hitting the predictive markets for the Cy Young this season in the American League. And his numbers, there is some value in that market. But the Dodgers, they're going to test all of that here tonight. Muncy has been on an absolute tear. Ohtani, we know how dangerous he is. Freeman has been contributing at the top as well. And let's not forget Mookie Betts finally starting to come around. That's a good 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, who we kidding? Top 5 Dodgers here that you'll find on the board. They're a very top-heavy lineup, and he's going to get pushed here, Rasmussen. For the Dodgers, Robleski goes for them, and his last outing shows 4 earned in 4 2/3, but he exited leading 5-3 in that game, and the bullpen let those runners score, so those runs not necessarily on him. That was on the bullpen, but he's pitching better than his surface numbers show, though not quite as good as his ERA is suggesting either. He is somewhere in the middle. I think that's my honest read on him right now. And Tampa, they've been averaging around 4.2 runs a game over the last 2 weeks. Fortes has been raking. Vlade and Mullins have been good contributors. So this isn't a lineup that is going to fold. They've been better at home at the Trop than they have been on the road, but they've been pretty decent on this West Coast road trip. So I think getting even money with Rasmussen on the hill here, who's had, I mean, let's face it, he has been over the top good and overpowering in most of his starts this year. And they got a lineup there that's been solid, not scorching hot, but certainly good enough to be able to take Robleski and score a few runs off of him. I think Tampa in the first 5 is the lean. I wouldn't go out and crush it. The soft opponent context last time out keeps me from going big, but I do think the price is right tonight in the first 5 with the Dodgers. Game number 3, Mets at the Reds. And before we get to that game, a quick reminder, guys, we do have $5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. What does that mean? It's Customer Appreciation Day, which means $5 best bets. That's right, $5 best bets across the board at WagerTalk.com, including mine. I've got a couple of $5 Major League Baseball top plays available for you. Head over to my page, WagerTalk.com, or get there quicker with WT.buzz/JR. All right, let's head over to Cincinnati if we could, because we've got the Mets at the Reds, and we got a first 5 here that is almost a dead pick'em between these two teams. And, well, when you hear who's pitching, you'll understand why. You'll also understand why I don't advise trying to figure out who the winner in the first 5 is going to be here. Because the Mets, they're turning to Kodai Senga, who hasn't thrown a big league pitch, by the way, in 51 days. And before that, he was sent down to AAA for some rehab work. In fact, the last time that we saw him at this level was late April. 2 2/3 innings, 3 earned, 50 pitches. That's what he looked like before they optioned him. So the talent we know, though, is there. It's been there in the past. But right now, he's an unknown quantity right now, walking into a Cincinnati lineup that just began playing some decent ball. They did drop 12 runs on the Mets pitchers last night, but the Reds are sending out Brady Singer. Ugh. He's not inspiring either, guys. He went 6 innings against the Padres last time out. Now, the Padres bats, we all know, man, it has been a struggle bus for the Padres this year, and they weren't any good when they faced Brady Singer. So do not mistake that start for any sort of trend in the upward direction for him, because it's not. His ERA is around 5.61. It's been like that all season, and the supporting numbers don't give him any benefit of the doubt. Cincinnati has been averaging about 4.7 runs a game over the last couple of weeks. Suarez, 2 bombs last night. He has been one of the hottest bats in this lineup, getting it going. Blade right behind him. The Mets, well, again, they didn't score any runs last night. They left the bases loaded, 3 innings with 1 out and couldn't score a run. But they've been averaging about 3.3 runs a game over the last couple of weeks. This is an extended road trip for them coming from the West Coast. And Soto and Bichette, they're swinging it well. We know that. But they're also carrying this lineup that hasn't been doing much else. I want nothing to do with the first 5 side here, but I do lean towards the over on the first 5 for the Mets team total. I do like to back teams that get embarrassed, especially like the Mets. They got shut out last night. Singer is exactly the kind of guy that I would want to back the Mets early on in this one here. All right, game 4, let's head to the Bronx as you got the White Sox and the Yankees. Garrett Cole at Yankee Stadium is going to move a line every time. That's just how it works. But tonight, I think the market might have gone just a bit too far. Why? Well, because that's Davis Martin taking the hill for the White Sox, a guy who has been one of the better starters in baseball this season. And he's walking in as a plus money road dog. 9 strikeouts per 9 innings, under 2 walks. His stuff is real, guys. The price doesn't make any sense for him. It's just that it's Garrett Cole and Yankee Stadium. But Cole, listen, the talent is real. We all know that. The track record is real. But this is a guy that only has 4 starts into a comeback from injury. From over, 600 days, in fact, that he was away from the big league mound. Now, he did show some signs of rust, but we know the velocity is there. It's the rest that is a work in progress. And last time out, he went 4 innings against the Guardians. That's relevant because it tells you that he's still building back up. He's not going deep into games. He's not the caller 3 years ago. Yet, his ERA looks pretty good on those first 4 starts here. But the metrics, while it cuts through all the small sample size and measures what he's actually doing on the mound, I got him a lot closer to around 4.19 than what he is looking at. So 4 starts is nowhere near enough to trust what the surface numbers are telling us. And the Yankees have been, we know, one of the better offensive groups, certainly in Major League Baseball this season. Over the last couple of weeks, 5.4 runs a game. Chisholm's been doing damage every night. Goldschmidt starting to swing the bat well for the New York Yankees. Listen, this is a real lineup in prime time, home crowd with real power. Chicago, though, has been putting up about 4.6 runs a game over the last couple of weeks. Meadroth is the one bat in the lineup that is big time producing. And this is not a group that necessarily scares you, but it's a group that can put up numbers and runs in a heartbeat on the board. I think the first 5 total hovering around 4 in this one. And the market is pricing it that maybe we are going to get a bit of a pitcher's duel here in the first 5. I tend to agree there. I think Martin is pitching as well as the numbers say he is. He did go through a rough stretch of a couple of games where I thought maybe he was hurt or they were hiding something, but he bounced back in a big way last time out. I think he's going to show up big time here. Cole is a name that you're paying a price for. You're going to get the Yankee tax on Garrett Cole every time. But I do like the White Sox, at least at plus money in the first 5, because I think they have every bit as good a chance to play from in front in this game as the Yankees do. And finally, game 5 tonight, Rockies at the Cubs. Colorado has been one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball over the last 2 weeks. 7 runs a game, guys. Rumfield, Goodman, Castro, all hitting the ball as hard as anybody in this league right now. And the Cubs, well, their first 5 number right now, at least at the open, was minus 176. Huh? Where did they come up with that number? Yes, Chicago has been pitching better. They do have a bit of a pitching edge. Ryan Feltner has been a problem all season. Who are we kidding? His last time out, what did he get? 6 earned in 4 1/3, but he exited, I believe, in that game trailing 4-2. And then, of course, that bullpen came in and made it worse. The scoreline is inflated. The outing was still a struggle. And for the season, yeah, it's still a struggle for him. Every number I'm seeing with this guy puts him in the same neighborhood, the same class of pitcher, which is not good for the Rockies. Cabrera going for Chicago. It is worth noting that he faced this same Colorado lineup last time out and held them to 2 earned over 5 1/3 innings, and that matters because he's shown he can work around them. His numbers all season have been sitting right around the 4.86 ERA. And what you see, I think, is what you get with Cabrera. He's an average mid-rotation arm doing average work. The Cubs lineup has been putting up 4.4 runs a game. They have struggled over the last month. It's well documented. Pete Crow Armstrong hits for the cycle last night, and they squeaked by this red-hot Colorado Rockies team. 5-4 last night. Well, Crow Armstrong's going to have to keep it up here if they are going to try and play their way out of this ridiculous slump that they have had. Bush has been good. Ramirez, both chipping in. Listen, the Cubs can hit, but Colorado has been absolutely crushing it. And the market has been hammering the Cubs side all day. Minus, what do we got? 16 cents in line movement already towards Chicago. So the price already reflects that, yes, Chicago is the better team, but they're not that much of a better team. If I'm playing this game in the first 5, yeah, I might take that run line, that half a run in the first 5. And I get why the Cubs are the favorite. They should be. But this price, the Cubs are not that much better at the moment, even with this pitching matchup, especially with Feltner on the mound, and I get it. But Cabrera is about as average as it gets. So, yeah, the first 5 here, I'll take that half a run with the Colorado Rockies. And that'll do it. There you go. 5 games in our first edition of First 5. I want to thank you guys for hanging. Also, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe button, become part of the WagerTalk TV family. We will drop these on a daily basis for the most part for you guys because, yes, it's not just about the full game. I'm a big believer in eliminating as much variance as humanly possible, and that is exactly what the first 5 market will offer you here. I love the pitching matchups. We're going to talk a lot about starting pitchers on this show, and we're going to give you the information that you need. Forget about full games. Forget about bullpens. We're just going to focus on the starting pitching and who is going to make it out of the first 5 innings with the lead or more runs than any other team. We got a lot going on. It's going to be a fun Major League Baseball rest of the way. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget, it is $5 Tuesday, customer appreciation at WagerTalk.com. Go grab my plays tonight, $5. And don't forget, we are on a ridiculous 15-1 free play run on my page at WagerTalk.com. That's right, 18-2 over the last 20, and now 15-1, in fact. It's been a crazy run. So got a free play up for you also, all available at WagerTalk.com. Visit my page at wt.buzz/JR. Enjoy the games. Cash those tickets. Come back and see us again tomorrow for another edition of First 5.